I ain't drunk. I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come
time.
on now, you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Hey kids, happy Saturday night. Oosh, how you doing? Sorry, it has been a long week at the Roto Geek house. Let me tell you what, hang on, it was all jibber jaw. Yeah, just, I came home from my business trip sicker than a dog. Then I gave it to my baby, and then my other baby got it, and she was throwing up, and everybody's been sick but Mrs. Roto Geek. So we put her to work. She's been taking pictures of quads like every good Mrs. Roto Geek should. So anyway, a couple, maybe a week ago or so, I did a frame review of a Moka Mikro prototype, okay? The Mikro, like I said, it's the headhunter. It's the configuration that I love. Actually, it's not meant to be this way. The motors are supposed to be on top, but you know me. I did my little thing, and there you go. So I did get it built up. I have not flown it yet because I am, let me backtrack, let me preface this a little bit. Moka and I have been talking, and I said, okay, here's the things I would change. I would make it shorter, I'd make it this, I'd do that. And I did all the changes myself that I thought it needed, and it worked out great. The frame was fine. But then I went and built it, and it's a tight, my version's a tight fit. And, you know, I got it, and I'm working on it, and I get this FC, and I put it in. There's an FC flight controller I found in my Magic Toolbox, and lo and behold, wouldn't you fucking know, it was shot. So I had to tear the whole fucking thing down again and redo it. We've all had that happen. So unfortunately for me, the only flight controller I had was an out-of-date F3, no OSD, but that's okay. It has the OSD on the Foxeer camera for voltage attack, you know, and all that. And I got motor beep and all that. I'm good. So anyhow, I just wanted to go over the build overview. Here it is. Bam! Check that bad boy out. Woo-hoo-hoo! Very, very cool. If you look at one of my larger ones, here's a real headhunter, okay, Moka Simplex Pro. And here's a baby brother. How cute. He's so cute. He's a 130 millimeter Moda to Moda. Basically what I ended up doing, I'll put a link in the description at the bottom of the first review of just the frame of this thing. I did slam the stack. The slam was, what was that? 30 millimeter. I think we had 30 millimeter standoffs in here. I put in 20s, and I actually staggered them so they're black and red, not that you can really tell. So I did slam those down to 20. Then I took the TPU, you can see I rough cut it here, but it's pretty close. I sanded it a little bit. I took 5 mil off the top, 5 mil off the bottom. And then what I did was I advised Moka to move this is a prototype, that's why it's not pretty, move the flight stack, the bolt holes up another 1.5 mil. I don't necessarily recommend that. I think you should probably leave it right where it's at, but extend the frame out 2 mil on each top and bottom. The reason I say that is if you look, hang on a tick, got a fucking pointer? There it is. Okay, that is the camera connect. That's the camera connector right there. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. And that's our flight controller. It is butted up. That is as far up tilt angles we can get. Now, if you're playing freestyle, that's probably fine. But realistically, if you've got a connector coming off your flight controller, that's going to be a pain in the butt. If we move this forward another 1.5 mil, you're going to have camera angle issues. So, don't really recommend that. So to Moka, I would say, and I will talk online like we always do, I would extend the actual plates and leave the mount holes right where they are, or even move them back instead of forward. I wanted to move them forward because you can see we're very, very close to touching, well, actually we are touching, we're not touching the terminal, but we're touching the board with the rear standoff. I don't love that, but I think the solution is to make the frame just a touch longer. Maybe make it a 131, 132, I don't know. And I had also suggested that we put a TPU mount in the back for a VTX03. Now, since this is a prototype and I was working on fit up, I basically put my antenna through the hole that I said to get rid of, and I just put hot glue around it. And then that's it. That's all that's really holding it in. And that's plenty. I use a very, very heavy duty, it's actually got glue on the inside of these heat shrinks for my antennas. This antenna is stronger than the frickin' VTX connection. So that's plenty enough to hold that in. But we do need a better mounting solution for the back. I hate using hot snot on a fucking quad. On an airplane, fixed wing, fine. Hot glue is awesome, but on a quad, fucking hate it. So, but when in Rome, and I could have, you know, put a O-ring or something around here to be all gay about it, Bardwell about it, lock it in, but I didn't do that. So running a 20 amp ESC, F3 FC, I'm sorry, did I say ESC? Yeah, whatever. It's been a long week. And these props are pretty cool. You see, I fucked up. Usually when I build a Mikro, I do 11 series motors. Screw you, Garden Flyer. But anyway, I think my Mikro should be, I think this is a mid. I don't consider this a Micro. I consider a Mikro something like this. Okay? This guy has 11 series motors, 7,500 kV. I can fly this around the yard. This isn't done yet. I can fly this around the yard without killing people. Everything is cool. This guy and others that I have, like this guy that's going up for auction soon, and you know, a couple others that are running 13 or 1400 series motors. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd fly that around my kids. But so anyway, getting back to the point. Sorry, I'm rambling. I didn't have any 3-inch props. So I'm like, shit, I had the whole fucking thing built twice and no 3-inch props. So I ordered these off Amazon, of all places. I don't usually order gear off Amazon. But look at those things. They're like little flower petals, my wife said. It's pretty cool. They got good reviews. I don't know what the hell they are. Durable propeller, of course. You know, they're not going to say this is a piece of shit propeller, it's going to break instantly. I mean, it's like when people do products in the grocery store and say new and improved or ultra edition. It's like, what, because the edition I've been buying for 10 years was a bag of ass and you just didn't want to fucking tell me? Yeah, anyway. Team iFlight, NyQuil, Nazquil, I don't know. Whatever. Durable props. 3061s, I don't know. I don't care. My receiver should be in tomorrow. The weather's supposed to go to hell in a handbasket tonight. I'm going to do my best to fly this. I am dying to fly this. And the motors I used, what are these pigs? RS1306 Emax 4000 kV? Pretty sure. So yeah, pretty stoked. And we got the Foxier Micro in there, obviously. Nothing fancy with that. The all-up weight on the scale that tells no lies, and sometimes fibs a little. Last time I did this, I was like, ew, let's see what we got. All-up weight. And I don't think you're going to get it much lighter than the way I've got it. I just don't. Maybe get rid of the hot glue, but, you know. What are we in? $1.24. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. So, we're going to see how this little piggy turns out. Now, I want to point out one thing. I've been talking to my friend Moka, and I've been calling this the Moka Simplex Pro Micro or whatever. And on the first review video, he said, we're going to call it the Moka JJ, right? And I think that's hilarious because I've got guys in England, Australia, oh God, everywhere. A bunch of guys in England, in America, taking all of Moka's frames, these beautiful Simplex Pros, and flipping the motors upside down and making what I call headhunters out of them, which is what this configuration is. And it's funny. It's like all these guys, you know, are doing this now. And they fly great. They look cool. Yeah, you know, flight time seems to be good. Fuck it. You know, cut some grass while you're going. And so after harassing Moka for 6 months at least, I'm like, make me a tiny little Moka Simplex Pro because my main birds are the Simplexes. I have a wall full of birds in here with all sorts of different frames and gallery builds that we do and all sorts of crazy other stuff. But my main birds when I go flying are Moka Simplex and I think, what, the Cerebus. And a couple other Moka frames too. I love Moka stuff. I think they're high quality, they're well priced, and they hold up. They're good birds. So he's like, we're going to call it the Moka JJ. I'm like, that is cool. I don't know if he's actually going to do it, but if he does, you guys know what that means. That means JJ RotoGeek got his own frame before Bardwell did. Bardwell just copied a flight controller and put his signature on it, and he's got like 60,000 subs. I have 1,200 subs, and I got my own frame. Bam! Just saying, Josh. Anyhow, that's it. It's very, very cool. I love it. I'm going to build 7 more, I'm sure. If it flies like its big brother does, this is the only micros that I personally will fly. So, I find something I like and I stick with it. You know, I experiment a lot. You see all these different crazy builds coming across the channel. I experiment a lot with different frames and different guts and whatever. But I sell those. You know, those real fancy birds I usually sell those things. My stuff that when Blackhawk and I go flying, ask him. I grab a couple headhunters, maybe my Cerebus, stuff like this. That's what I like. It's just, I'm used to it. That's what I like. So anyway, yeah, might be a JJ signature series there. So if the weather is completely not shit tomorrow, I'm going to fly this and get some flight footage up for you guys. It's all tuned in, ready to rock and roll. Everything works. All we need is a receiver, which I could rob one out of another one, but I'm just too lazy for that. I've taken this thing apart too many times. But anyhow, let me know what you guys think. I think we're going to go ahead. And I also asked Moka, he's like, well, what color do you like? And this is kind of funny because I'm colorblind, like fucking very colorblind. And I color code a lot of stuff on my birds, but it's because Mrs. RotoGeek and FPV Fanatic helped me. And, you know, I read things and it says crystal green, you know, whatever. And he's like, what color would you like? You know, I'm going to make you some 3D prints that are your color or something that you suggest. And I said, I threw it out there. I said, yellow, bright yellow. And the reason I did it was I've done a ton of red stuff, a ton of green stuff, a ton of blue stuff from other companies, you know, and Moka's red and black primarily, which is fine. But I'm thinking not really, and orange kind of looks like a toy, but yellow is just kind of cool. Plus maybe it'll be easier to see when you crash the shit. I don't know. That was my thought process. So he's going to make some yellow noses and things like that. Maybe it'll be an option on this. So anyway, until later on tonight probably, I'll talk to you kids later. Bam! Take care.
Bam, JJ!
Bam, JJ! Hope you like fishing.